This is a multiple text question, and on these, we start by looking at the prompt. In this question, the prompt is asking us, what would both authors agree with? The next thing we're going to do is just summarize the text in our own words, trying our best to not read the extra words as much as possible. Text 1 says that the live music festival business is growing with so many customer options. Organizers are finding ways to increase festival attendance and making people believe that the experience is one that's worth sharing. It continues by saying that this phenomenon is linked to an ideal called the experiential economy, where people are finding it gratifying to purchase real life experiences, and that to consider something profitable, they need to consider the overall consumer experience, not just which bands are scheduled to perform. Text 2 says that music festival appearances are becoming a bigger part of musicians' careers. It says the reason why is because of increasing streaming services that allow access to huge numbers of songs, and the idea that this reduces album sales. Therefore, because of this shift in consumer behavior, musicians become more dependent on revenue from live performances. Next, we want to summarize the relationship between the passages in our own words. The first text is saying that the festival business is growing, and it's because of a trend in the economy that businesses are starting to be more concerned with customer experiences. And the second text is saying that festival appearances are growing, and this is because of the change in the way people are buying music. So if we are stating in our own words what they both have in common, they're both saying that the live festival business is growing, and it's something that businesses, whether they are promoters or musicians, need to be aware of. Next, we need to look at the answer choices. Choice A says customers are more interested in paying fees than attending music festivals. That's definitely going to be wrong, because it wasn't about streaming music versus seeing them in person. Instead, it was more about why festivals are growing. And according to text 2, that had to do with music streaming being the primary way people buy music. Choice B says consumers' growing interest in purchasing experiences is confined to the music industry. In other words, it's limited to the music industry. And although both of them were talking about the music industry, it wasn't focusing on how it was confined only to that and not other industries. So we don't like B. Choice C says changing consumer behaviors are leading to changes in music-related businesses. That's a nice, safe answer choice that seems to agree with both, because A was focused on how these behaviors are influencing attendance at events. And text two was talking about how changes in listening to music are influencing the growth in these live performances. Choice D is saying the rising consumer demand for live music also generates a higher demand for music streaming platforms. And that is going to be wrong because the text we're describing it in the other order. Text two said that because people are streaming music, it's resulting in people attending festivals more, or it's resulting in musicians needing to perform at festivals in order to make their income. So the answer choice that seemed to match what we read was answer choice C.